is the island's power supply. This building supplied the island's electricity up to the 1950s. Pretty impressive. There's no shortage of cranes on the island. Beautiful. What we are seeing here are the island's solitary confinement cells. These were where the worst of the worst were put into solitary confinement as punishment. They were filled in during the 1890s and remained undiscovered until about very, very recently. So, as you can see, they're tunneled into the bedrock. Amazing. Imagine being stuck in there, in the darkness. Wouldn't have been pretty. Then making your way out into the light. Would have been quite disorientating. I survived. It's light. How many prisoners escaped? Yes, imagine you're here in this dark cell here. This is what we saw next door, but without the doors. But imagine, man, you can't even stand up fully. You can see the chisel marks still here by the convicts when they dug into this. Incredible. Oh, this is where the hard and toughest convicts were put into. So, just, hardened men. Wow. Maybe that was where one was counting down the days. Mate, wouldn't want to be stuck in here. This house was built by the convicts in 1845 to house the officer of the guard. This is where the boss of the guards lived. All these buildings here that you see were built by the convicts themselves, just as this structure as well. This was the guardhouse where the soldiers were stationed, and they could look over where the convicts are and that. And also it can be used as a stockade if they ever come under attack. And they put loopholes into the loopholes so they can fire the muskets. They can stick their muskets in and just fire away. They're numbered, these loopholes. So a soldier will point his musket through there and fire away at any attacking force. Very limited field of fire though, and as you can see though, you had a very good view here. As you can see, they had a very good view here. Oh, I say, there's a convict escaping old chap. Bang. Wow. But these are all built by the convicts from the stone. These stone was from this island. Hard work. When they had hard labour, when they were sentenced to hard labour, it was hard labour. Unlike the cushy sentences most prisoners receive today, mate, this is like hard labour to build this. Building your own prison, effectively. Between 1857 and 1991, Cockatoo Island operated as a shipbuilding dockyard, and it became a Commonwealth naval dockyard in 1913, and during the First World War had over 3,000 people working on the docks here on Cockatoo Island. And in 1939, 1945, the same thing. But during the Depression years, it was a lot of people were laid off due to the Depression. But till 1991, the main industry on this island was shipbuilding, refitting ships and stuff like that, and then eventually it closed. But thousands of people were employed here on the dock in Cockatoo Island. In that time, thousands of people were employed. And yes, it's had a varied history. The view was very much different back then. In 1869, this became a reformatory for girls, actually. And there's buildings here where the girls, like a reform industrial school, and there was a ship moored just off the island there for boys, reformatory basically. So that lasted for a number of years. And back in 1880 to 1888, about 1900, there was a bit of overcrowding problem with convicts, so this became once again a temporary jail up to 900. Now, most convicts were, when this stopped being a jail in 1869, were transferred to Darlinghurst Jail, which is now a tech college in Sydney there. Yes, the patrols are around. They didn't have helicopters back in those days when the convicts were here. There's somebody organising something in there, so I walk away because obviously getting ready for some sort of event. But this was the reformatory girls' school. What they taught them here, I don't know. But as you can see, these barrack buildings were convict quarters. This particular building was built in 1839, so it would have been one of the first barracks built. You've got concrete up there. I would say that would have been a World War II addition. Well, yes. Lack of ceiling was a security problem as prisoners climbed onto the upper sleeping berths and tried to prise timber shingles off the roof. So they boarded it up. Concrete there was reinforced to withstand enemy bomb blasts. So if enemy Japanese planes came in to bomb the place, this was meant to help the building survive. So that's what it was. So you got two different periods of history, so to speak. 1839, convict technology, which was used to build this with pickaxe and handle, blasting, chiseling away, to the World War II technology of concrete, pouring concrete. Incredible. And this is just an amazing place that we have this here. Obviously this was the kitchen. Wow. Mind you, cookhouse, yes, I was right, cookhouse in 1839 to 1841. And so, built by the convicts and designed by the colony's commander, the Royal Engineers. Wow, you can see the framework of the chimney. But you had a good view.